You join me about 9:30 on the night for another day of living in the new house. It's a late start to the vlog. Now, it was supposed to be a start of me sitting in bed going, here's my ice cream that we've just been to the shops and bought some food for. But I've had a minor disaster where the stick's fallen out. It's now stuck in the packaging. Elizabeth's put clean bed sheets on. So I probably shouldn't be eating this in bed. Anyway, updates on things that have happened today. Not a lot, in all reality. We've done a food shop, had a bit of a tidy around, got on with a few, well, I say got on with a few bits, I actually really haven't, I've just been to work. But we are going to get on with a few bits regardless, because I am going to be working from home tomorrow, so we've got a little bit of extra time back in the morning. So what we're going to do is, I want to get started with doing a little bit of the drywall stuff, the hard wall stuff that's going to be filling in. So, as always, when I like to do jobs, I like to just do something small, inconspicuous-ish, just to get started with the job, get a bit of a feel for it. So in the back bedroom yesterday, we actually cleaned up where some of the wires were coming out of the wall that we need to fill in with some of that hardwall stuff. So I'm going to mix up a small amount of that and just have a go at filling one of those in, just so we've had some activity to go on today. Then, when that's done, I'm going to sit down and I need to order the thermostat tonight. So we're going to do some shopping. I'm going to walk you through the logic of the thermostat, and then we're going to get that ordered. I'm actually quite glad we've come to do this tonight, although it's late, because it's a small amount we're planning on doing. It's allowed me to learn from what I'm doing wrong already. And I haven't even started yet. First of all, as always, I don't have the tools for the job. I completely forgot I've got to put the PVA on the wall, which is going to take a little bit of extra time. I did go out and buy, when I was originally planning to do this big brush for going and painting the PVO on the big holes in the walls. But there is also small holes in the walls. We're going to persevere and use this one for the time being, just to see if we can get it to work. But I think tomorrow we're going to have to go out and buy some small paintbrushes. One for decorating in general, and two for filling in the rest of the gaps that this is going to be needed for as well. Second issue I've realised is I'm going to make quite a lot of mess of like the trays and the pots and the Marshalltown scrapers, which I've now realised is actually quite an expensive scraper that I've been using for stripping off paint wallpaper, so I shouldn't have been doing that, but hey ho. I'm going to make quite a mess of them, and I don't really have any proper cleaning stuff with me. So on the shopping list for other things, we need to get things in there like White Spirit, what's the other one, the purple one, I've forgotten what it's called now. We need to get some of that cleaning stuff in so we can clean the paintbrushes and everything else like that afterwards as well. But we're going to make a start regardless, and we're going to keep forging ahead. So I've got a plastic pot I've designated as the glue pot. I've got the metal tray that I've designated as my hard wall tray. So we're going to mix ourselves up a PVA water mix, get that in there, find a couple of patches we're going to go for, and then we're going to mix up a small amount of that hard wall bag without hopefully getting too much dust over everything. So let's get started. We're going to keep it small. We're going to go for this one, and we're going to go for that small patch down there. I would also have gone for this one tonight, but we've now got live power in that, so I actually need to get that removed and do it in a proper way, which I don't fancy doing tonight. One thing I am a little bit concerned about is on this one here, they actually chiseled out some of the brickwork in slightly the wrong place for the height of the socket that we were having in. So there's quite a deep layer that needs to be built up there. I don't know whether I'm supposed to build that up with that level of plaster or not, but we're going to give it a go. See how it turns out. If it doesn't work, we can always chisel it out and have another crack at it with something else. But we might as well do the learning on this piece while we've got the opportunity to do the learning. So I've just brushed all that down, removed all the dust and grime. We're now going to go and mix up the PVA mix. And then while that's sort of getting itself tacky, we'll then get some of the plaster mixed up and go for it. is the first piece of plastering done. There we go. You would have maybe seen the time lapse that because of the depth of that, I was trying to kind of sort of layer it, or was trying to just do a back layer is what I was planning to do. But I found that was just ended up being more difficult. I was more likely to make it more problematic by trying to do that. So in the end, I just went for let's fill the whole thing in. Now, there's a couple of areas where it's not quite flush on the edge there, but there is obviously the finish coat to go, which should actually hopefully cover all of that. So we're kind of all right, but I'm pretty pleased with how that's gone. So main thing is we'll just let that dry. Hopefully it's going to be warm enough and airy enough. We'll open the window tomorrow over the next couple of days. And yeah, we'll keep an eye on it, and hopefully the depth of that and how deep I've done that doesn't cause too many issues. But we'll keep an eye on it. Hopefully that goes okay. And then hopefully now I've done a little bit, that'll give me a bit more confidence to get on with some of the bigger patches which need doing along the way. But that's going to be it for physical work at the moment, so it's time to get on thermostat shopping. Welcome to the office. She's in bed trying to sleep, and I'm sitting here Googling thermostats. So I was originally looking at ordering a Nest system, but the problem is Nests don't do a multi-channel system. They do one that does hot water and heating, but not multi-zone heating. So anybody not aware, we've got a heating split for downstairs and upstairs here on two separate zones, so we don't have to heat the whole house in one go. So to get the Nest stuff, I would need to get two thermostats, and they're £180 each. That would mean I'd be spending 320 quid on thermostats, which I'm kind of okay, that's getting a bit pricey now. So I've just been looking around at what's out there, and the next best option that I can see is something called Wiser. Now Wiser do a single thermostat kit just for a boiler. They do a dual thermostat kit for boiler and heating. But then you can get TRV valves, so the radiator valves, so you could actually turn any of the radiators on and off inside the house if you really wanted to. Now, given I've already spent 260 quid on radiator valves, the black ones to go with my black designer stuff, and these are white and ugly and horrible, we're not going to do the ones with the radiator, but they do a Wiser Thermostat Kit 3, which includes two smart room thermostats and is 3 channels, so you can have upstairs and downstairs zonal heating. Also, it means you control your heating from a mobile app, which will be good because I can make sure I can turn the heating off when Elizabeth's at home and make sure she's freezing. Also means you can control things. It's got things for detecting when the windows are open, so you're not overly doing heatings. It'll learn how quickly the house cools down, so make sure it turns the heating on and off at the right time for when things are going on. So seems like quite a smart system. So that I can get for about £210 from Screwfix, less a bit of discount will bring it down to about 200. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send that link across to both plumber and electrician and go, yo, what do you think of this? See what they think to it. If they do think it's decent, then at least it's Screwfix and we should be able to get it on delivery relatively quickly. If they don't think it's good, then we're going to have to go back to the drawing board. But yeah, that's Ryan's introduction to thermostat shopping. Not something I've ever had to do before, but yeah, we'll get there. I mean, I'd like to get something that was a little bit nicer in terms of design. It's a bit white and plasticky, but in reality, the 2 control panels that come with it, I'll stick a picture up here now so you can see what I'm talking about. The 2 thermostats that come with it, we're probably just going to launch them in a room and not really use it too much. Probably just going to end up using the mobile app instead. So that's at least the options we've got. So once we get the review from the plumber, we'll hopefully get those ordered. But otherwise, that brings us to the end of the day. We've done a little bit of plastering. I'm glad I've done that because I now feel a little bit more comfortable with just getting on with some stuff now. We were discussing plan of action for getting the bathroom ripped out, so we're going to go into a hella week of activity working towards that. And then we can really get shifting with plastering, filling holes and making this a little more livable and hopefully having some heating before Christmas. She's very excited for that. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Probably quite a short vlog, but hopefully it's been enjoyable and we will catch you all in tomorrow's vlog.